No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Welcome back. Week 1 is in the books, and we're here talking about Week 2 and what happened this week in the GBL League. The first 2 games of the season were the Bird Gang versus the Lightning, and unfortunately that did not happen. The Bird Gang team players did not show up to their games, so they had to forfeit their games automatically. That looks like that's going to be a new rule in place this season. If you can't make it, you're going to get a forfeit, and you're going to lose, and you're going to end up in last place. The Lightning, on the other hand, had a chance to play, but the Bird Gang didn't show up. So they're 2-0 automatically. Bird Gang's 0-2. Let's hope this doesn't happen too often during the season, because that would be an unfortunate turn of events for the whole GBL. And we would have to make more rules and maybe disband a couple of teams. I don't know. We'll have to talk to the commissioner about that. But it's no big deal. It's just Week 1. So let's talk about the games that actually happened on Sunday. First, talking about the Nighttime Ninjas versus the Taka Drivers. In Game 1, the Nighttime Ninjas took a 5-4 win. They had their relievers shut the door on the Taka Drivers and took the first official game of the GBL season. The next game did not go their way. Jackson Buziak showed up for the second game, and he hammered the ball this week. He might be coming up later in the video, but the final score, the mercy rule was in place, 18-0. It was not fun. I don't think Nighttime Ninjas thought it was fun. They just couldn't get anything going. They couldn't get out of their innings. Pitches were wild. We didn't know what to do. It was just one of those days for the Nighttime Ninjas. The next game of our nightcap, we had the Stallionaires versus the Gashouse Gorillas in a World Series rematch from last season. The Gashouse Gorillas took Game 1 2-0 in 5 innings, and in the next game it turned out to be a classic GBL game, a 9-inning marathon where Nate Bryan stole the show with 6 innings of relief and a 2-run home run at the top of the 9th to win the game 2-0 for the Stallionaires. So that's it for the Gashouse Gorillas' winning streak. Their winning streak was 30-plus games in the regular season, and it ended on Week 1 of the GBL season. Let's talk about our players of the week for Week 1. Our first player of the week is the hitter of the week, Jackson Buziak. He went 6 for 9 with 8 RBIs and 1 walk in his 1 game played. Well done, Jackson. I think we're going to see more of you. And the Rookie of the Year last year, teams are going to start fearing the buzz. Next up, pitcher of the week, Nate Bryan. Like I just said, he pitched 6 innings of relief baseball, or wiffle ball, to win Game 2 of the Gashouse Gorillas nightcap. He only gave up 3 hits, 0 earned runs. That's where it counts. 4 walks and 1 K. Got a little iffy in the bottom of the 9th, but he kept it going, shut the door, and won the game for the Stallionaires. And our Rookie of the Week, Mark Mesnikowski. His stats go, he batted .438, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs, 3 walks, 1-0, 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, and 2 Ks given up. And he is our Rookie of the Week. Welcome to the league, Mesnikowski. They're going to be watching for you too. He's an early favorite for Rookie of the Year. Let's talk about next week's games coming up. For our first 2 games at 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, we have the Nighttime Ninjas versus the Lightning. The Lightning, of course, didn't play last week, so this might be their first chance to play. Our probables are probably going to be Mike Kabaki Jr. for Game 1. And it looks like Matt LaRoche for Game 1 as well. Because their stats for the Lightning for last season's career pitching averages are not very good. Each ERA is over 4. Merkulis had a 7.86 ERA. Feld had a 6.73 ERA. And LaRoche only pitched 4 innings last year, but he had a 2.5 ERA. So we'll see who they're going to have to go with here. We don't know what their rotation is going to be for this season yet because they didn't play last week. But we do have kind of a feel for the Ninjas rotation. It might go Kabaki Jr. and then Ethan Arve with Fletcher in relief. We didn't see Sammy Kruchek last week. We hope to see him this week, see if he's going to pitch or hit. So he might be a difference maker for the team this week. I predict that they'll split their games this week. Both Nighttime Ninjas and Lightning will both go 1-1. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the season, but just the first 2 games of the season, I feel like it's going to happen to a split. The next 2 games on the schedule are the Bird Gang versus the Stallionaires, which will happen at 5 and 6 o'clock on the season. The probables for the Bird Gang, again, I didn't see them play this week, so we're going to have to take a wild guess what their probables are going to be. Either Nick Troush, Kofeld, or Matt Zarowski might be their probables. So we'll see what that happens. Their stats weren't too good as well for the pitching for their career during the last couple of years. But they take on the Stallionaires, who are a force to be reckoned with Matt Kuna, John Reyna, Nate Bryan, and Dalen Kunopasek. They're going to be tough to beat. I have a feeling they're just going to beat the crap out of this Bird Gang team. And I feel like the Stallionaires are going to go 2-0 for this week and be 3-1 by the end of the week. And hopefully get a nice little momentum boost going into the rest of the season. The last two games on the schedule are the Gas House Gorillas and the Taka Drivers. I will be announcing those two games. I feel like this is a good nightcap. The Taka Drivers are up and coming, while the Gas House Gorillas have been a powerhouse for the last few seasons. We have an idea of both of their rotations. They both played last week, so we might actually see both players who played last week in this week as well. So Jim Tucker will probably start for the Gas House Gorillas. Ryan Gallagher pitching in the second game. And of course, Jeremy Radshak pitching in relief. The Taka Drivers might go on Ryan Voges. Mark Mesnikowski for games 1 and 2. And Buzia possibly in relief. So we'll see what's going to happen. I feel like this could be a split. The Taka Drivers are going to work hard to get a win here. Maybe it's just a different year for the Gas House Gorillas. I feel like both teams are going to go, it's going to go 1-1 to split the season right here. But we're going to have a fun and exciting week 2. Let's hope it's just as exciting as week 1. We will catch you guys on the flip side. Whiffle out.